So the story begins in 1962 when I was commissioned to design a parish church in St Leonards-on-Sea for the Roman Catholic Church. I'm not a Roman Catholic, but I was an architect then, and so it was a chance of a lifetime to build this parish church. And because I was a young man and full of the venom of architecture, I decided that it was going to be pretty radical. So after a lot of false starts, I eventually came up with this very radical building, and because of its design, I wanted an engineer who would know and feel about the building the way I did. His name was Jimmy, and he came up with eventually a structural solution which was not too different from the Forth Bridge and was entirely inappropriate for my building. So I gave him a pretty good ticking off and said, go back and scrap everything you've done, try to get inside my building and see if you can come up with a more acceptable proposal. 10 days later, he sent me through the post a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People, and I took that as a fairly serious hint as to that I'd probably upset him. And then there was a terrible silence for about a fortnight and no design came forward, but he drove up in his then quite large Daimler and opened the boot, and in the boot was a beehive. And I said, what are you doing with this beehive, Jimmy? He said, I've come to give it to you, John, because I think it might improve your manners and your general attitude to life, which at the moment is a bit spiky. So he put this beehive in our back garden. I was then married to Diana and we had one son. And he got a white sheet out of the boot, walked into the back garden, put a little tray in front of the hive and shook all these bees onto the tray. And of course they all walked in as they do. And to me that was miraculous. I thought, well, that's got to be one of the most interesting things I've ever seen.